to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up.
It's Madden NFL 23. We'll see Matt Ryan.
First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And CD, you look at our featured team here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit.
Ready to get us started, Rodrigo Blankenship. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out in his second season now out of Stanford. Here's Davis Mills.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Off the play fake, Mills. It's hauled in, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. Bringing him out, the third overall pick from way back in 2008, a guy now in his 15th NFL season, Matt Ryan.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And the tight end goes in motion left. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first. To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough up a first down. Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, fourth down, they went for it.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at him. And
he's got a man complete. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. A first down throw for Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll be brought down at the 27. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. And a big loss here as he's taken down. But DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack.
And that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Holding offense.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
Still first down.
Running left, Taylor fights through him. And they'll bring it down here right around the 17-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Play action. It's Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Colts had 6 and 10 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And Graham on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Good. First down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200-plus?
This one complete to Alec Pierce. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And here comes the end around as Ryan will just leave this for his wide out. And he'll get this down only to the 18. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They go play action now. Ryan to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this... this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our 2nd ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They're going to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw is Mills.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mills. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he coughed it up. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, not get free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive to the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
29.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball is even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make...
Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Going for it with Pierce.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Mills on 1st down.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 20.
Throwing, Mills.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but then clock rolling.
Delivers another one to Pierce.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan going for the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with
only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They'll run to Taylor to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Ryan. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 94 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Tackled by Jonathan Grenard.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They run once more with Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find what...
Touchdown, Colts! Harris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half.
They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, the next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mills gets the dump off to Pierce.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Mills now. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. That gain on third down, good for 28. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Mills to throw it. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. To throw, Mills. There again is Cooks, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pierce. Oh, a good move at the 5. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pierce.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce. Rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10.
Texans 10.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Runs over it. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44.
121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On 1st down. Yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter play. Back now. Sports. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Ryan.
That's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Ryan. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
A seismic shift in... fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there. Here's the option, running right. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Mills. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. 3rd and goal, Mills.
Flushed it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Disastrous out. 9 yards on the sand.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So a big one coming here for Kaimi Fairbairn. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now at 17-13.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 145 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Running left, Taylor. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run here with Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And this is where the middle part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Indianapolis,
they'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Texans,
the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7.
And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round.